We're over in the Am I the Asshole subreddit with a post that's 2 years old by Effective Force 2764. Am I the asshole for what I said to my sister when she defended our parents? I, 20, non binary, have a sister, Dahlia, 18 female, and it's important to the story that she's a trans woman. Now, I love my sister, but our parents were awful to me. They neglected me. I only saw a dentist once in my life. I needed glasses for years and was never taken to get them. My health was ignored. I rarely got new toys or clothes. I was constantly being torn down for every little thing. I was constantly being asked to take on more responsibility. Dahlia got the opposite treatment. Any issue she had was doted on right away. She was constantly getting new toys and money and later on electronics from our parents. She could do no wrong, even when she hurt me. And I was expected to constantly take care of her too. It's no secret to me why our parents favor Dahlia so much. Our parents have a history of misogyny, and to them, I exist to be a dutiful maid and daughter, as well as to marry some guy and pop out kids, while Dahlia was their child who they loved. Things are better now. Dahlia and I are both out of the house, and while my parents are still exhausting and micromanaging, they've mellowed out a bit over the years, and I don't live with them anymore, so it's tolerable. I still try to avoid contact with them as much as possible, though, because of the trauma they've inflicted on me. Dahlia hates this. She hates that I don't talk to our parents and says I have no reason to, when they took care of me for 18 years and were model parents. I told Dahlia that she wouldn't understand because the parents their precious boy got for 18 years was different than the parents I got, and she didn't have to deal with their misogyny growing up. Ooh. She got angry and told me that trans women deal with misogyny too, and that I was treating her like a man who couldn't understand misogyny. I told her that I know trans women are women and can experience misogyny, but she didn't growing up. Our parents always favored her. Dahlia called me transphobic and left. At the time, I felt justified because our parents did abuse and neglect me for her because they thought she was a boy, and I believe that is why she always defended them. But now I'm starting to feel guilty. Girl, don't. I support Dahlia and I support trans women as a whole, and maybe I did say something insensitive or at least hurtful to Dahlia. I don't want to hurt her or make her feel like less of a woman. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about her assigned gender at all and just focused on her being our parents' favorite without pointing out why. Are you the asshole for what you said? No, 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 no. This is complex, but you are the next generation carrying this forward. You are being progressive. You are not being conservative. You are not being stuck in your ways. You are pushing forward complex topics that the world deserves. As we tackle issues and we solve them, we move on to more niche issues that can be the large issues that we handle and take care of, right? 100 years ago, we had to figure out shit, and 100 years ago before that, my people had to get out of slavery, right? The issues that we tackled from the 1820s to the 1920s, right, the Great Depression, are different than the current issues we tackle now. The COVID 20s are pretty much the same as the Roaring 20s, so I'm not gonna lie. All right, the economic issues that we're having. Motherfuckers aren't growing their own food to eat because we're kind of barely experiencing a famine because of our poor policy and regulatory. Fuck. Let me stay on topic. Oh my God. Let me stay on topic. Oh. All right, we're gonna go straight to the comment section, right? But you're not the asshole. Chuck and Hotex. Boy, what is this? What? Chuck, girl? They? This is interesting. And these usernames, not the asshole. The irony is that trans folks are often saying something along the lines of other people are not understanding their experience. In your case, she is not even trying to understand yours. On some level, it's this simple. Dahlia, my experience growing up is not about you, it's about me. To the extent that it is about you, it is because you were favored. You were not treated as a woman growing up while I was. You did not experience the demeaning neglect I did. If you refuse to see that this is my experience, then you are no better than anyone you have a problem with who does not see you as you are. Telling you this does not make me transphobic, and you saying it does begs the question as to whether you see anything outside of yourself at all. Chuck, you spitting boy, girl. I'm a dude. She's a dude. And he's a dude. Because we're all dudes. Yeah. OP, copy paste this. Send this. Oh shit, this is 2 years old. Tough. But this comment is also 2 years old. So OP is 22 and Dahlia is 20 now. They have gone through college. They have had some life experience. Dahlia is probably fresh out of high school with this one, or in her first year, freshman year of college. Hopefully they went to college so they can educate themselves and live good lives. Ooh. OP doesn't reply to any comments if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of sad to me. But hopefully she read all these comments, or they read all these comments because they're non-binary. Hopefully they read all these comments. And to help the people out who are listening, who don't understand, OP, the older sibling, was raised as a biological female. And OP's sister is currently a trans woman, but was biologically born and raised as a male. So we have a younger sibling who was doted on by their mother, and the oldest sibling had to take care of the house, right? Do the womanly duties, and was trained into a role of subservience, which is not fucking it, right? So now, as they're grown ass adults, but still babies, in 2018, 22 and 20 now, OP is non-binary, and their sister is a trans woman, so a she, and definitely has lived their entire life as a boy. So unpacking all the shit they have to unpack to transition mentally and potentially physically, they need to click their brain over into being a chick and understand everything that they experienced was that as a boy, which is a lots. If you feel like you are not your sex, which you are not just your fucking gender, your sex, you are not just that. You are a very complex being. Go get some therapy, right? It'll help you understand who you are, and hopefully a good therapist will help you navigate through the complexities of the life that you have, that you're living. And yeah, you go get a yearly checkup. You go to the dentist twice a year, yearly checkup twice a year. You should go to a therapist at least once a season, 4 times a year. 1, 2, 4, right? And if your therapist deems it once a month, bi-weekly, weekly, or if you really need it, twice a week, right? You may be going through things that requires real help. And hopefully you got the money to go to the therapy. Oof. Sometimes there are programs that can help you out. Sometimes your job may cover it to a degree. Luckily, my job covers 12 weeks, right? So if I wanted to go once a month, I'd be cool. But your boy got ADHD, so I am required to go because I'm on medication. I think I'm required. But I go every other week because I'm pretty straight. But it feels so good to cuss and fuss to a unbiased person who does not know me about my life. I feel so relaxed or mentally drained afterwards sometimes. It's depending on what we talk about. I enjoy my therapist. And sometimes, if you're not receptive all the way to what your therapist is talking about, you can go online. Like my brain's wired a little differently. I enjoy the science and the math and the stats and the studies. And my therapist isn't always hitting me with that. So sometimes, well, not anymore, but previously when I was heading to, no, I just started. And before I was looking at the gamer guy, I forgot his name. He's a therapist on YouTube who, I mean, he's a therapist, but also does YouTube and talks about stuff that's more male oriented because we're fucked up in the heads and we need help. Women are taking care of their mental health, men are not. So we need advice from men to help us because we're a bunch of misogynists and we don't listen to women. So we need to have a man pick us up like a baby and carry us out of the carry us out of the kiddie pool into the adult side and help us learn how to swim and properly maneuver through life, right? Because God, we're offing ourselves at such a high rate, right? Here in America, we were on a downward trend, and now we're back up to, I believe, World War II levels. What? What? We're back up to World War II levels after the 2008 financial crisis. We just been trending back upwards. I believe. I believe I saw stats for that in a YouTube video. You can go find the information for yourself year by year. You can look at it, and even then, the people who attempt to take their own lives but stop or improperly finish what they started is, of course, a higher rate. And women women attempt, I believe, 3 times more than men do, but men finish the job. Oh, that sounds terrible. 2 times more than women do. Why? Because women are on more medication for their mental health, right, than men are. While men are at an equal level taking more Viagra. Holy shit. Women are taking antidepressants at a higher level than men, and at an equal level, men are taking ED drugs rather than taking antidepressants, and they are offing themselves twice as more than women are. Men, you should seek help and not let any biases that you have ingrained into your mind based upon how you've been raised stop you from bettering yourself, right? Sitting down with a doctor and listening to them, it's not a bad thing. If you can afford it, if you have to pay it a $10, $25 copay, if it's $100, do it. Right. Like I said, once a quarter. Once a quarter. Find some free groups. Go online. Maybe there are therapists out here who are helping out. Don't go through BetterHelp. Don't do that. Don't go through them. Ugh. Ooh. Did OP have any comments? OP did not have any comments. From No Interaction 1456, they comment, not the asshole, I'm trans. I support trans women. But it absolutely takes them a few years of actually dealing with misogyny for them to get it. It's just impossible to actually experience without experiencing it. Yeah, sometimes you need to get knocked on the head. Remade for me replies to them and says, yeah, I'm not trans, but my friend group is heavily trans. And I met several of them right when they started to transition. It was a shock for me because of how deeply misogynistic they were. It was clear they hadn't unpacked a lot of internalized misogyny, and being that they were almost all in their late 20s / early 30s, there was a lot of unpacking to do. It's been years, and now they're all much less misogynistic, which is great for me because I enjoy hanging out with them. But they used to make me very uncomfortable with how often they dismissed issues brought up by AFAB people in the group because they hadn't experienced it themselves. An 18-year-old baby trans woman just hasn't done the work yet, even ignoring the family dynamics involved here. Yeah. I don't know what AFAB is. Whoop. Google. You should always, 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 always. Oh, right over here to Reddit. What do AFAB, AGAB, AMAB mean? AFAB, AGAB, AMAB. I've been non binary for 2 years and I've never heard of these terms. I would like to know what they mean because I might look into it. Oh, I'm dumb. AFAB means assigned female at birth. AGAB means assigned gender at birth. And AMAB means assigned male at birth. Duh. Duh, 10. It's just a way for people to reference the gender they were assigned when they were born. Okay. Sometimes you're silly. Sometimes you're not. Right. Sometimes you just don't know. Right. I knew, but I didn't know. I didn't know the acronym. So we're moving on.